Hello guys, welcome back again. Another video of the week market analysis. All right, what do we have? We have the S&P 500. How did it look this week? It looked positive. Are we out of the wood yet? No, we're not out of the wood yet. We're starting to close above the 50 moving average. That's a good sign, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think we're out of the wood yet. One thing I'll pay attention to is the breakdown of this candle right here. So I'll make sure if we're starting to close above the high of that candle, I think we're not going to be out of the wood yet, but that will be a good sign. Another thing I will keep looking for is, you can see this purple line, the 200 moving average. If we start, I want to see how we're going to react toward that 200 moving average. You see how we did back here. We came right to it, and then we're starting to pull back. So yeah, so two things: we're not out of the wood yet. We started. It's a good positive week, but it could be another lower high, and we could keep going lower. So couple things to take away from me is, watch out that this breakdown candle, the high of that breakdown candle. Watch if you're going to start closing on the daily. That's going to be a good sign. And then watch for that 200 moving average come in and see how we're going to react. Are we going to go back up here? If we go back up here and we're starting consolidating a little bit next to it, that could be a good sign. And then once we start closing above it and break down, that'll be actually a good sign. That's why I always telling you, and I told you this on my last video. Keep looking for stocks that resisting the move down. So the stock is coming down. Look for stocks that are going sideways, or look for stocks that are going higher. Because the moment the stock market starting to, let's say if this is the bottom, right, and then we start actually going up, and so this is like a higher low. Some of the stocks are actually going to be making new highs. So yeah, so that's my take. And then we'll always watch the weekly. So if you look back and study the market, which I did like really so many times, and that's how you really get good grasp of the market. Every time we close on the weekly basis above the 50 moving average, which is this red line, good things starting to happen. Starting to close below it, bad things starting to happen. Or you can look at it on a daily too. Below, that's simple. Below the 50 moving average, stop it. That's a flag. Just get out. And then above it, it's a good thing. Or watch the 200 moving average. So that's how simple it is. I'm following the Investors Business Daily. I have a membership with them. Also, you can see here that their today's market, they're seeing basically the market is still under pressure. So you want to keep things light. If you buy anything, keep yourself updated, and like I said, always look for things that resist the move down. Okay, things I want to share with you are a couple stocks that I don't know if you did your homework, but I'm trying to do them on a daily basis. A couple shares that I found actually are CLM. That's a good one. Actually, this is like a really good opportunity right there. Even though like I don't like stocks when they go straight up, but looking at it. Let me move this to 8 moving average. So I have 3 moving average. I have the 8 exponential, and I have the 21 exponential, and I have 50 moving averages. I usually keep the purple line, which is the 8 moving average. Sometimes if you want to take profit, or sometimes if the trade not started to go the way I like it right from the breakout. So you look at this. First thing I'll look at it on the weekly. Okay, we have a all-time high here. What I'm seeing a breakout here. And then we're coming back, retesting and going back up. Good candle. Anything below the low of that candle, it's not going to be a good thing. So that's what my eye is starting to grasp. As soon as I starting to analyze the chart, we starting to break up this higher here. If you in it or starting a new position, always be careful to that second line up here. Why? Because if you look at the chart on the weekly, you'll see that we have a previous supply and demand area. So if you buy it, I would start taking some profit, because we might get in there and start pulling down, or we might go right through it like a hot knife through butter. So just keep an eye on it. That's a good stock that it's actually resisting the move down. It's not acting like the market is acting. Another one is AMRC. You look at this chart, pull it on the weekly. First thing, pull it on the weekly, and then actually I was gonna get into it, but I just didn't I was too busy. And you look at it in weekly, and really I like this high flag in here. We have a break. I just don't like it because I don't see the volume yet on the weekly. But overall, we have a good earnings, APS. We have good revenue. So far, so good. And it still didn't really. It's not. I wouldn't. I mean, it's not. It didn't go that far away. I mean, usually what I'll go if the breakout and if there's a breakout right in here, actually, for example, like this one, it's like above 5% away from it, I wouldn't chase it. I'll just wait for a red candle and get in. So that's another idea. EMRC, Casey, it's a good one. Anything below here, I would put my stop loss below right there, right, that red candle. Anything below it, I'll just get out. So in these videos that I'm sharing with you, I try to cover so many things in a short amount of time. Money management and then stop loss and as well. Another thing I want to share with you, another stock, CCRN. I'm sharing with you not any other stock. I'm sharing with you stocks that are going to be leaders, and they are the ones that are resistant to move down. They're not acting like what the market is doing. Look at the numbers here on the left side. Look at all these EPS numbers and look at the revenue. Last growth revenue growth rate last 4 quarters 138%. That's 3-digit. That's something that really you want to keep an eye on. Look at the chart on weekly. Like I said, this is like I do this automatically. We have a move all the way. We have a base here. We have a move here. How much is that? That's about 147%. Then we pull back a little bit. Now we're working on the right handle cup. And what I'm waiting for is break up of this base right here. And you can see I'm always keeping an eye on these breakdown candles, because for me those are keys. If we're starting to close and violates above them and close daily, not just like we have in this candles wicks up here. Now actually I want to see the close of the day or the weekly above those candles. Those are really meaningful to me as far as I'm concerned. So I want to see a price above that breakdown candle, and that this is actually can go really higher. Another one will be DCP. This is like an oil company. Even though like recently I noticed that the company, the oil energy sector like starting acting a little bit weak. Some of them are still strong, like this one. You can see it. You can see a cup and a handle right here, and the price really started getting tight. You want to see a break up in here, and then why this line again, look at it in the weekly, and you will see that we had previous support here, right in here, and then we have resistance right there. So you may want to, if you get into the breakout from here, you want to take some profit. That's what I would do. It's not a financial advice, but I'm just telling you what I would do if I'm in it. That's DCP. Another one is recent stock that actually I was acting strong. I got into it recently. It was actually last week, and I got in that day, and I said if we're starting to break right close below that red candle, I'll be out, and that's exactly what happened. I was actually surprised because really the stock have good numbers on either on EPS and on the revenue, but I'm not gonna argue with it. You know, it came down. I'm out. I took my loss, 5% loss. And even my shares, because the market's still under pressure, like what I've stated before, and it's one stated on the IBD website. I'm not going to argue with it, and I do have a light position on it, so I'm not. Even my losses are still really minimal. Some of them are actually still holding, and it's same sector like solar sector. So this one actually I was going to get into it right in here. And then it's still in good shape. So even if I would have got in here, I would still be holding it. I will keep an eye on that 21 moving average, which is the green line. Another one I want to share with you. Actually, this stock I had a position on it, STNG. This is the oil and gas energy sector. I got into it actually on this day, and then as soon as it started to break down below that 8 moving average, I got out. So basically, I just keep it simple. Anytime stock comes back and break and close below what I got in, I just get out, no questions asked. And now you can see, so I kept watching it, and you can see the stock just kept going sideways and digesting. Now we have a gap, be mindful of that gap. We can pull back down and fill that gap. So you want to keep your stock your stop loss really tight. But look at that volume coming in, so I like it. So this is another idea. One of the I like to share with you sometimes, like learning lessons for me and for you. XOM, I had in the reason why I keep telling you, sometimes when you get to this supply and demand area, keep some profit. So for example, XOM back in here, I got into the stock back in that price, and I look at the left. Always look at the stock on the weekly. I urged you last week, and I'm urging you every single week and every single video. Or look at the stock, look at the chart on a weekly basis. So I saw that we had a resistance back here, and then when I got in that day in here, that was like what? How much? That was like 11%. I don't care even if it was 5%, 6%. I have to see what happened in the past. So I got into that candle and I took some profit, and then next thing you know, the market started pulling back. So I sold half of the position here, and then as soon as the stock started violating that 21, which actually you don't want to see it. If you see a stock and you buy 21 moving average, actually it's a decent midterm, medium short uptrend. You don't want to start if the stock's gonna close, if it's gonna keep going up. I mean, it shouldn't do that. So as soon as it started doing that, I put a stop loss right below that red candle. You know, as soon as it started violating it, I got out and I claimed my. So pretty much I sold 50% of my position on the with profit, and the other one, the rest of it was like a break even. Again, winning trade, and you have to know how to manage your trade. I can discuss with you money management and stuff like that in next videos, but it's gonna take quite a bit. So these are just like stocks that I'm like to share with you. Some of them are actually that I do have a position on XMTR. Like I said before, when the market is going down, you want to look for stocks that are resistant, going sideways, or breaking all-time high. Does the market, if you look at the SPY right now, is this like actually a bottom? Is this a higher lows? Nobody knows. No one knows what's going to happen until we start going above that 200 moving average, which is like, I think it's, like I said before, 200 moving average. It's that area. Until we start closing above it on daily and then weekly, then we can tell. Until then, we really don't know. But like I said before, is this actually the bottom? No one knows. XTMR looks, because once the stock market starts bottoming, you'll see some stocks that are already making all-time high. Now I do have a position in here, and I got in exactly that day with 52 bucks. I mean, it's acting strong. Everything looks good. It could be, but you know, always keep an eye on what's happening. One thing, the bonus for this week, I may want to start doing this stuff, like giving you a stock that I might be interested in. Is I might do like once a week. So I looked at and I will share with you that stock I might be interested in. It's called ARKO. This is consumer cyclical sector, and you see again. Look at the stock on the weekly. Look at the stock on it's pretty much on a digestion mode. Look at it on a monthly. What's happening? Look at this big candle right in here, right? This big candle here, and then we can see down. Actually, you see that we never close below it. That's a good sign, as far as I'm concerned. Well, it takes time to digest what I say, but watching you watching videos with me like this, your eyes actually definitely will pick up. And if you do the homework and you look stocks, if you spend like 1 hour at least a day, you will pick up what I'm saying. This big candle starting anything below it, it's not a good time. You can notice that we have a digestion all the way down. We keep all the way down. That's like this is a weekly chart. This is actually a monthly chart. So the monthly chart will override the weekly, and the weekly will override the daily. So we came down. So we spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months. We never closed below it. And then we picked up from there, and then we went sideways. So everything, so this candle is still positive, and then now we make this is another good candle. So the volume is not there because this is only the beginning of the month, but you can see that like what I'm getting to. The stock started making higher lows right in here. And now we're starting to break, which is like this is a pretty good entry with the minimal loss. So if you can put your loss in here, like right below here, or you can right below this candle. So it's up to you. So yeah, numbers are pretty good. Revenue 33%, EPS is really good. I checked this up on IBD, it looks pretty good. Let me see if I can find it right in here. Actually, you can see it right here. It has actually overall composite rating of 99, and then you can see the composite rating pretty much like it rates the stock on the EPS, on revenues, and sales, and everything. I usually pay attention to the composite rating and I look at the RS, which is relative strength. Anything above 90, it's pretty good. So yeah, so that was my bonus of the week. I hope you got any value. If you did get any value out of this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want me to cover anything, just let me know in the comment. Help me grow the channel, and then I'll see you next time. Bye bye.